Hey, welcome to the View Behind Blue Eyes. I've just completed another training session around Pitsford Reservoir. I thought, why don't I take on another journey home? I haven't got to go straight home. I'm going to go to the Western Fable shopping centre. So we're going to drive from Pitsford Reservoir down to Western Fable shopping centre. And on the way, if there's anything of interest, I'll point it out. Let's go. Just pull out of the Causeway car park. This is probably the best car park to park if you're coming down to Pitsford Reservoir, but it's only £3 for all day. If you go up to the country park at Brixworth, you can pay up to £2 for an hour or so, and I think all day is nearly £8. I'm not sure about the car park up at the Pitsford end, up by the pumping station that you get to via Pitsford. It might be very similar to the Causeway. Well, I'm going to take a right turn and head towards Brixworth. Geese flying over if we're lucky. I don't know if they were in shot or not. So to the left of us is actually, if you go down through the fields, you're actually down on Pitsford Reservoir. Pitsford Water, they like to call it. It's always known as Pitsford Reservoir when I was growing up as a child. Coming up on the left there's a garden centre. I think they specialise in bonsai. Sunshine Farm, it's called. And on the right we have Salt Hills Farm. Turning, coming up on the right will take you down to the village of Lamport. It also, if you go down and then turn immediately to the left, it will take you up towards the recycling centre in Brixworth, and also to the back end of Brixworth on the Harbour Road. So we're just approaching Brixworth now. Foxley Lodge is on the left to us, the farm. This is a lot of newer properties at this end. It won't be in Brixworth too long. We'll take the Spratton road and head out that way towards Spratton. Down towards the Harbour Road. On the right to me now is the village hall. I was doing roadworks down here. So this is the Harbour Road. We're coming off the Holcott Road onto the Harbour Road. I'm going to take a left. Once I've got a gap. There's a lot of history in Brixworth, a lot of personal history, family history for us. I shall come back at some time and go in depth more onto that. So the road is bit of a strange one. It's a bit of a strange junction. It actually goes around to the right. The property immediately on my right, Stonehouse, is actually the former huntsman's house for the Pitsford hunt. And then a little bit further down on the right, there's two terrace houses. They were actually the Whipper-Inn's houses. And then on the left to me now, immediately going past the workhouse, which is actually the original Brixworth workhouse. It's currently a little sort of coffee bar restaurant where you can buy sandwiches and things. So St David's Road is on the right to me, and my grandparents and my father used to live there at one time before my father got married to my mum and moved to the village of Moulton. And this one is Parklands Road on the left to me. They also had a property on there, but their last property was at St David's. Tony Sock's Nursery Farm to the left as we just go around. Immediately in front of me, these hills, they don't look like they've changed in hundreds of years. And I can imagine my old man, my dad, when he was a child, running around on these. In fact, I know he did. He used to toboggan down, and he used to tell me he used to do that. Spratton Road now, and just down here on the left is a car park for Brampton Valley Way. If you walk along there, you'll come to Lamport Historic Railway. You can go along the right way and that'll take you up towards Station Road Crossing. Be a little bit of a video coming up on that soon. It's also where the location of the former Brixworth railway station was. On there. If you go to the left, walk along Brampton Road, you'll come to Mary Tom Lane, which is quite a well-known lane around here, one of the older lanes. And you carry on, and then yes, you'll eventually come to where the Railway Heritage Trust currently is for Lamport and Northampton Heritage Railway. Jubilee Farm is on the left currently. So head up the hill and head towards Spratton. In front of us is the village of Spratton. Very pretty little village. At some point we'll be out here doing a little video on Spratton. Just slow down a bit now. Here we are, Spratton. Yes, my mum and dad used to walk down here when she used to come and visit prior to them getting married. They used to court. Take the walk to Spratton and back. I'll probably come down and have a drink in the pub. It's quite tight through Spratton. None of these villages were built with cars in mind. Not originally anyway. King's Head pub is on the right. Also there's a butcher's in the village. They're quite famous for their pork pies. I believe at one time they actually made a wedding cake out of pork pies for somebody who ordered it, which is an unusual thing to do. Cute. So we'll just come out to what is actually the Northampton to Market Harbour Road. We're going to take a left and head down towards Northampton and Chapel Brampton. If you go straight over, it actually takes you up to, where does it take you to? There's a steam rally up there. Hollowell, that's it, Hollowell Steam Rally, which it happens along there every summer around about second week of July. You can also cut through to Holdenby House from here. It's steaming up a little bit, so I'm just going to open the window so the outside noise might increase slightly. That's what happens when you walk 7.5 miles around the reservoir. If you don't already know, I'm doing it for a Snowdon challenge. The aim is to walk up to Snowdon and back down again. And Snowdon is about 9 miles up, and Pitsford Reservoir is roughly 7.5 miles around. But we don't have mountains in Northamptonshire, therefore I needed somewhere to walk, get a bit of length in, bring my walking up. And that Snowdon expedition is coming up quite quickly in the next couple of weeks. I think I may only get one more chance to walk around the reservoir, and then it's up, and yes, it's the same distance down, but I'm pretty sure I can manage the down bit. Anyway, if you haven't already, I need to pop over to Goosey Goes Bananas Facebook page, follow the link, and donate. We are doing it to my company. We're doing it for animals in need, and any few pennies that you can chuck that way, much appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you want to hit a like and subscribe to Goosey Goes Bananas, our family channel, hey, go over and do that as well. And please don't forget to subscribe to The View Behind Blue Eyes. Just driving up now towards Chapel Brampton. These bends will be very good. Dark, I would have thought. I bet there's been a few slips off the road around them. Northamptonshire, absolutely beautiful when you come out of the town. The town's beautiful as well, and in different ways. In the industrial, or the buildings are amazing to look at. Countryside is where it's at as well, isn't it? You don't get better rolling hills in England. I think green and pleasant land, as it's known. Here's Chapel Brampton. I've come out of my way a little way to go home to Western Fable Shopping Centre. Well, I thought it would be interesting to take in a couple of villages. Some of these houses down here, some of these have been built in the style of, but some of them are original. Yeah, we'll have to put Chapel Brampton on the list of visits as well. I think I can get through if she moves over. Yep. Up to Allthorpe from here. Sedgebrook Hotel is to the left of us if you follow the path down, and also it takes you down to the Heritage Museum. And the Spence Arms is on the left of us now. I hear it's very good for food. Did go many years ago. It wasn't as good that night, I must admit. I can remember my dad deciding to walk out, and we went elsewhere for food. Down here towards Sandy Lane, which you can take up, takes you up to Northampton County golf, not cricket, golf course. But there's been a lot of work down here because they're putting in a new, say, flyover that cuts out some of the villages. As you can see, a lot of road works there, and earthworks happening down here. steady feat of progress and making a lot of works for us to deal with. Got a bit of a queue here because I think there's definitely some roadworks around the corner here. So you need to turn off towards Boughton. If I turn you slightly over there is Lamport Railway. This is a new station that they've actually put back in. There used to be a station here for Boughton, and they've reinstated it. So the Lamport and Northampton Railway is over in that distance. Take my finger out of that, and you've got to wait for the lights to change in our favour. I used to, when I was a boy, used to go horse riding down there as well. I remember the railway when it actually ran the Market Harbour, Leicester Market Harbour to Northampton line. So I can actually remember trains going down there. So we used to drive up there to some stables that are sort of 200 or 300 yards up the lane there, almost in line with the railway. And we used to go horse riding, which didn't last very long. I did it for about 2 or 3 months, and yeah, horse reared up and took off with me on when I was about 4, which I panicked a bit, I must admit, and thought the horse was actually going to jump a massive gate with me on it, but the thing pulled up at the last minute. This car's actually going down the lane towards those very horse nurseries. I'm going to take a left here, head up through the new Boughton Fields area and towards Boughton. The Windhover pub on the left now. It looks like it's been there for years. Actually, it was a new build within the last 15 years. It's built out of recycled bricks and timber. It's made to look old. It was never there in the past. And Smith's Farm Shop is on the right. Definitely go there if you like your coffee cake, boys, because my god, they do a good one. In front of us, the new estate of Boughton Fields. Again, it's their land to sell, but the land's been sold and built on. Rumours are there was some quite dodgy dealings with the road connections for Boughton Fields, and it may have been a little bit illegal in what they were doing, but we'll never know. Now coming up the roundabout on Northampton to Brixworth Road, and we're going to go straight over through Boughton. Chance, yes, we're going to follow the road down to the left and takes you back towards Brixworth and then over into Boughton. What can I say about Boughton? Some of these properties down here, you need a fair few shillings and sixpence to new money. Fair few of those to be able to afford anything down here. Very much Millionaires Row. Can't see some of the properties, but the ones set back are very expensive. I'm going to go down through the central of the village. Some people go off to the right here and follow it around, but actually, you know what? It's just as busy now along there when people park on the edge of the roads. But this is a very narrow road down here in the centre of the village. But it's so pretty, and it is definitely on the list for as an adventure sometime in the future. Sharp turn to the right, the White Melville pub and the church. The wait here because it's very narrow, and let this bike through. There we go. Brampton. This is where you would come out if you followed the Howard Lane way. So you're gonna wait? Should do. Right away. Thank you very much. Even along here, the properties are really high class. There's a farm right at the end on the right. A good old school friend of mine, John Law, used to live, and I remember going visiting there and being amazed by his bath, because it's the only time I ever seen a sunken bath in the floor where I walked into. Whirlpool in it and everything. I was amazed. So the area to the right of me is Boughton Green, where the famous Boughton Green Fair used to be held. I'll be doing a video on that shortly. And to the left of me is the ruins of the old Boughton Church. It's also reputed to be one of the most haunted areas in the country. And quite literally, just here is where I had an encounter. And I'll be bringing that to the channel very soon. Head down now on Boughton Road. I suppose it depends on which way you're coming. If you're coming this way, it might well be known as the Moulton Road. This is pitching in the middle of the road. I'll just drive carefully over him because he's not moving. He's alright. To the right of us in front is Holly Lodge. This was actually a bit of a folly. It was built by the Jays family. Not the actual brother, but the brother of the brother who invented Jays fluid. This little dip in the ground was always known fondly by us when we came down on our skateboards, because I used to live in the village of Moulton as the Big Dipper. And to the right of me, it's now a sort of activities school, but to the right of me was a farm, and it was known as the farm shop. And yeah, we used to go and sneak up there and with a made up note to get our little cigarettes and a sweetened chocolate. We were naughty. This end of Moulton has been built on considerably since I left. It didn't really start until a bit further up here by Arnsbury Crescent. Carey Close kind of being properties to the right of me, being the last houses in Moulton. To the left of me it's Arnsbury Crescent on the left, and then on the right is Carey Close. So Moulton's my home village. I was born here. I am a Moultonian. I grew up here. I went to school here. I couldn't afford to live here when I left, so I left. Unfortunately, like most places in England, the kids just can't afford to stay because the house prices are too high for them. So in front of us is the Baptist Church, Carey Baptist Church, and William Carey used to live in Moulton for a little while before he went on to be, it's literally on the house to the left of me now, next to the Telegraph, the pub, one of the three only remaining. The agricultural college is to the left of me as well. Not so much just agriculture now, they do quite a lot there, Moulton College. Yeah, William Carey lived here for a couple of years before he went off to be a, what do you call it, when they go out to, went out to Africa anyway to teach the New Testament, and yeah, to minister it out there with aid. It's the old vicarage we're just passing. Yeah, I saw the new vicarage is also set back. I'm not 100% sure why they decided to sell up the vicarage, and okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Didn't know what he was riding there, but it's more like an electric bike. So this is the nurseries. We've just passed a very interesting area which I'll be talking about shortly in another video which I'm doing from here. Moulton Theatre on the left to us here, and right in front of us is Jubilee Hill, and that is the Chequers House that will also be featured in a video coming up soon. To Stocks Hill. It's a bit of a weird junction here because you get three roads coming into one. They're coming down the one-way system from the right, and they also have the ability to go left, same as we do, so you have to watch it when you come around here. So onto the one-way system of Church Street, past Parade Bank, and leading down towards the church, St Peter and Paul. And we're going to sweep around to the right, follow the one-way system out, and in front of us is another one of the last three pubs in Moulton. Originally there were 10, and I have a video coming up about that shortly. We're going to stay on the one-way system and to Chater Street, and then I'm going to head up and turn to the left and head out towards Overston Road and out towards the end of Moulton. Road. As you see, I probably know a lot more about Moulton than I do anywhere else. So right to me is Prince of Wales Road, what used to be known as Balls Road. They changed it to Prince of Wales Road because there used to be a pub there called Prince of Wales. So yeah, they just renamed it after the pub closed. Shop on the right of me was always known as the VG shop to us. It was the only shop that used to open on a Sunday evening. So as kids we used to run or walk all the way up this end of the village so we could buy some sweets. So head down towards the Kettering Road at the bottom here. Been a lot of change down this end of the village as you come out of the village. The road has been changed considerably. This is to allow the new Overston Gate build to happen. And none of this roundabout or this estate in front of me was here. Up to a few years ago it was all fields, and this would have been originally the Moulton roundabout out onto the Kettering Road. It's been altered. I'm going to go all the way around, indicate up the new road. Originally this road used to be on the other side of a fence that's on the right to us, on the other side of the industrial of the estate that is on the right to us, and would join up again about a couple of 100 yards further up. So this is all now part of the new Overston Gate project. Up in the trees in front of us is some industrial. That's Round Spinney Industrial, and actually this unit is where I first worked when I left school. I used to work for a company called Nail Pack. Changed their name sort of halfway through my tenure there to Nail-X, and they were a warehouse distribution of nails and screws, and that's where I learned my warehousing skills. I'm no longer in that business, I'm now industrial. To the right of us is where the road would have rejoined. It would have only been a single lane track at that time. And we're going to go straight over the Round Spinney roundabout onto the A43 and down towards Western Fable, where we'll finish our journey. Well, the lights are in our favour, of course. They were in his favour, that's for sure. Red light runner. I think he ran the red lights over the road there as well. Naughty boy. Yes, turn to the right to us on this roundabout, it takes you down to a round spinning industrial estate where there were some factories that used to be down there. Trico used to be down there, that's long gone. Used to do windscreen wipers, and a couple of printing firms down there. I once witnessed the very last apprentices getting tied to a lamppost, stripped down to their underpants, and they were inked and covered in paper clippings. Whoa, matey, thank you. So what happened there, I just got pushed out by a car, came across my lane, so I don't want to have a crash, so get a slight detour. Still going to go to Western Fable. Actually going along to the left of us is the round spinning industrial estate, and to the right of me is Lings and Falklands. There's a roundabout up here. I'm going to take a right turn, carry on up that way, and then I'll cut through Lings and onto a road that will take me to Western Fable Shopping Centre. There you go. Road rage comes and finds the view behind blue eyes. Well, not so much road rage as difficult driving conditions. Golding's Lings a platform down this way, so we are basically in the heart of the what was originally called the Eastern Districts. So these were built as London overspill. I remember it being built in the 70s. Again, this was all farm fields back then. So it would have been early 70s, around about 1972 to 74. They started building all of this. I remember the Western Fable Shopping Centre opening. I remember as a very small child being up there and meeting two of the apes from the Planet of the Apes series that was on TV at the time. So that happened in early 70s, 71, 72. And we met Gideon and Oroko, who was the chief of the gorillas, and Gideon was the chimpanzee who was helping the Earthmen escape from the Planet of the Apes. And I think that series ran for about 13 episodes. It's quite cheesy now when you watch it. It's supposed to sort of take over from the Charlton Heston films, although Charlton Heston was only actually in 2 of those films. There was a series of films about the Planet of the Apes that spanned the late 60s and early 70s. And the TV series was a cash-in. They also made a cartoon version of it that was even more of a cash-in. But yes, we met 2 of the apes up here, and then later in the 70s, when I was about 8 or 9, we bumped into Darth Vader, who was up here promoting the toys for Star Wars as well. I don't think it was the actual Darth Vader, but it was definitely somebody dressed up as him. There we go. Slight forced detour. Anyway, he puts us down, back down onto Lings. Just wait for this car to come past. And follow the road around. School used to be down here. That's long since gone, and they've actually built a new school, Northampton Academy, which is set further back. Can't see it from here. But the estate on the left of me is built on the site of the former Lings School. It's quite notoriously bad, which is why it was shut. In front of us is Northampton Police Station, or one of them, the Western Fable branch, and you can get locked up in the cells there if you're very unlucky. Let's take a left. We're now at the Western Fable Shopping Centre. Let's wait for one more car and we should be able to go. Yep. of spaces will go in here. Surprisingly busy for a Sunday. Plenty of spaces. You just got to be patient and know where to look for them. These ones down here will do for me. We go. We have arrived. Well, that was a bit of an adventure, particularly when I nearly got pushed off the road. Anyway, yeah, arrived. To say, go over onto the Facebook page, Goosey Goes Bananas, throw a bit of cash if you can towards the Snowden sponsorship. Be much appreciated. Also go over to Goosey Goes Bananas, check out the family channel, and sign up for that one. Subscribe. It's free. It can't hurt you. Yeah, please feel free to subscribe to The View Behind Blue Eyes. Yeah, nearly ran off the road. That was the view. That was The View Behind Blue Eyes. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.
Talk to me, Goose.